Hello everyone, my name is Madison Redman and I'm here to talk to you about some famous type designers. So we have three artists and let's get started, okay? First we have Oz Cooper. Oz Cooper joined up with a partner Fred Burgess and set up the design firm Burgess & Cooper in Chicago. There he created Cooper Black, a super bold typeface that was immediate. It was an immediate success. And it became one of the most popular typefaces to be released, along with Cooper Old Style, Cooper Full Face, and Cooper Initials, having a great influence on the style in the 1920s and 1930s. If you don't know what Cooper Black is, it's basically a thick bubble font, which you'll see in the next slide, but that's kind of like what it is, and the old style is kind of like, I want to say it's like Viking letters, if you've ever seen those sort of movies, but it's similar to it with a little bit of his style. He was also a student in the School of Illustration in Chicago, later on realizing he wasn't really good at drawing. So later he signed up for lettering classes, which he became and discovered what he wanted to do. So this next slide shows you exactly what his types were. Like I said, the Cooper Black in the left-hand corner, it's kind of big and bubbly colored. He's also got the metallic, simple font in this top right-hand corner where it says Cooper Italic Pro. Like I said, it kind of looked Viking typed and small and kind of like pinstroked almost, like calligraphy. So that was kind of his style. Our next artist is Paul Renner. Paul was a 20th century German graphic designer, type designer, and typographer, so that's pretty impressive. He is a remarkable painter and teacher, best known for a design Futura typeface, which became the milestone creation of the 20th century. He influenced the modern typeface design. Renner received his formal education in a second school gymnasium, ironic. After 9 years of learning Greek and Latin, Renner opted to study arts of several different academies, and in 1926 he accepted the position of head of the printer trade school in Munich, later establishing and becoming the director of Master School for German Printers. So he became basically a teacher to a head director from the 20th century. So he became this big milestone creating his style. His style was kind of boxy, I would say, and kind of like not bubbly or like fluent. It was in my opinion, it was boxed letters and just kind of like edgy instead of like curved and all that sort of stuff. Our next artist is Eric Gild. In 1899 to 1903, he worked as an architecture office taking lessons in lettering with Edward Johnson at the Central School of Art and Craft in London. 2 years later, he produced initials and book covers for Insel publishers in Ludepeg. Eric was born in 1982 in Burton, England, and died in 1940 in Uxbridge, England. He studied at the Winchester Technical and Art School. He really didn't have much of an education compared to the other two artists, but he still had a good foundation for being a typographer and graphic designer and just creating his own style with the education he did get. His style is more of like the old time, like Romeo and Juliet written in script, and it's kind of like fancy lettering, and it's just like if you've ever seen those movies of those old books that people have in their attic and it tells fairy tale stories, this is what his writing mostly was. It was fantasy and whimsical and kind of like artsy. Compared to the other two artists, his I find to be more appealing, to be like a storytelled, but still showed his personality through it, even though there's a lot of artists with this similar style, but he adds his own flair. That's all I have for you today. I really hope you enjoyed my video, and thank you for watching. Enjoy!